For the challenger, this is all about ring craft. It's about execution. It's about avoiding a very risky first round. He's got to be switched on at every point. For Soldic, it's the classic southpaw threat. It's the hospital and the cemetery, if you will, from Crow Cop. It's the left kick. It's the left hand. It's his understanding of that open stance matchup and the power that is always there.
And the fact that Soldic hasn't been in the ring for a while, maybe in his thoughts, he needs to be patient and he needs to do what he does, because Kincl has got a lot of tools. We just saw him do a jumping, spinning back kick. That kick could hit floating rib, could end a fight. Kincl's got high kick, that could end a fight. Kincl could rope-a-dope, protect, and then Soldic could walk onto a little left-hand clip. There are so many factors here that Kincl could introduce that will counter the power that Soldic has.
Yeah, that power in that left kick, man, just that inside low kick right there, you just hear the snap of it. Damn, that's a strong kick by Soldic.
Good patience here from Kincl so far. Not going straight into Soldic's wheelhouse, if you will.
Well, you don't want to awaken the giant too quickly, just in case he wakes up grumpy. So Kincl comes to this as the outsider. Obviously, when you fight a champion, you've got to come prepared to beat a champion, and you've got a dilemma, because you've got to be able to last 5 rounds against a man who puts his opponents out in the first round. So what do? Just a little bit off target there. Roberto Soldic defending the low kick as well from Kincl. Kincl, has to get out of the way of that scathing body kick from Soldic.
Lots of hand fighting here. Very common in an open stance matchup. The lead hand kind of parrying and trapping going on. Kincl's done well with that body kick, but Soldic is stalking. Nearly committed to the knee, very smart. Hold it. Both guys making micro adjustments here. They both know what's at stake. And the amount of training both have had, I mean, in particular, Soldic has been out for the better part of a year. I mean, he spent months in Florida, talked a lot about that, and now is the moment.
Well, the belt is at stake, and clearly Soldic just a little bit nervous. But as I said, if anyone can cause an upset, Kincl can do it. But Soldic is Soldic, and you can take that to the bank. A little red mark on the left-hand side of Soldic's rib cage there. That's from a kick from Kincl, and that shows the capability of range.
Soldic has hit Kincl once with a left, and that was very good. Good body kick as well. Nice connection here from, oh, there we go, he tagged him well.
The left hand, he's down, and look at this now, he's gone to the ground, had a guillotine on. Soldic, wow, that was a shocker and a rocker.
Excellent connection there, just the left hand, caught Kincl circling to the right and just tagged him. The power from Soldic is a zero mistake proposition. You can make no mistakes against that guy. And, well, Kincl was having a good fight, but this may be the beginning of something big.
Yeah, and he does it with ease, doesn't he, Soldic? Just like a kitten, just cuffing something that's dangling down off a table, you know what I mean? It just is literally a little cuff. But Kincl ate that. But it's on the ground, and Kincl has the advantage here.
I think Soldic's ability, which has opened this up, to get you to circle into the left or the right techniques, as I said. It's a dilemma, and those round techniques, the round kicks and the looping punches.
So he's using his weight now, Soldic, keeping Kincl there. But if you look at the camera closes up, there's a red welt and bruising under the rib cage of Roberto Soldic, and that's from a body kick. And any other fighter would have gone down with that liver kick. But look at Soldic's ground game. He's holding Kincl there. Kincl now doesn't have the wire to go to, and this is a good position for Soldic, for somebody who's not seen a lot of ground game from.
Well, we haven't seen it necessarily in KSW, but hey, I'm sure it's happening in the gym, no?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. You're always going to work on your weakest points, right? And if his hands are the best, and I'm sure his ground game is the weakest, he's going to work on that really, really well. And he's showing it here, how confident he is in it.
Wow.
Best thing about this round, my apologies, best thing about this round is that Kincl got out of the first round, escaped without being hurt or anything. So game plan working.
Yeah, that's the benchmark, isn't it? Because it's the first round.
That's right.
Psychological barrier that has to be broken. I was just about to say, that round has gone in the blink of an eye. It's incredible to think that that was a full round when the 10-second clapper went. Listen, you're watching KSW, as always, delivering full fat fight action. This is arguably the best MMA on the planet. That was the kick. Shin right into the rib cage, and I'm sorry, but a floating rib liver kick like that would have dropped a lesser fighter. But Chris, what action.
Nice left-hand connection. Here we go. There we go. And this was, I think, when the tide began to turn. Soldic just found the end of the power there. Kincl coming in for the shot. A sprawl there from Soldic. Here's Soldic on top. I mean, he's never won by a submission. He was even going for a head and arm choke there out of half. Maybe, if nothing else, to open up the pass. Great fight, great first round. Very tactile encounter.
It's exactly what you expect from a title fight. Very nice job.
2 of the scheduled 5, and Soldic now looks a lot more relaxed. And he just was a little bit tense going into the first round. But as ever, Kincl focused. And Kincl does what he does. He's been up against Tufters before. I mean, when he was up against Thomas Duval, he finished that, and unexpectedly so, I have to say, it was a big shock. And he went up against Romanowski, another Tufster, and finished that. So, oh, he gets clipped with the left hand there. And again, doesn't want to get used to that. Needs to move apartment block because he's under pressure living where that is.
Soldic just beating him to the punch with that left hand, and I'm also seeing the power being dialed up a little bit. I feel like as Soldic's confidence in where Kincl's going to be grows, so too will the power, because he can afford to commit a little bit more. Kincl's still there, but he's got to be very wary here.
Absolutely, because those kind of punches from Soldic you don't see coming. And Kincl, bit of escapology there, and you can understand why. He's on an Uber out of there because he doesn't want to be in town.
And I think as Soldic switches up like he did with that low kick a moment ago, it's very smart because Kincl is savvy in a sense that he's moving away from the power, from the left hand and the left kick, but that can be something that Soldic can use to set up a right kick, for example.
Well, Soldic comes with a public health warning. He really does. He's a dangerous, dangerous guy. And this is a championship bout. He doesn't want to see that belt slip away. And you can see he's come to this in great shape, in great form. I'm still worried about that welt on the side of him, but Kincl now on the ground. This is good skills from the contender.
Excellent stuff there. Look at that. I mean, the athleticism from Soldic. He was peeling away his leg as Kincl was trying to step forward and trap it. Crazy scrambles.
There we go. Nice takedown by Kincl. Nice job of locking up the hands, get underneath the hips, pulling those hips forward and dropping.
This is key. I saw his coach earlier today in the elevator, and he said that maybe the ground game will be the opening.
Well, Kincl confident. That was an up and over, but it's a chance for Soldic to have a breather here. And he's got that headlock on, and Kincl, he's locked in. Gonna have trouble breathing here.
Notice what Kincl's doing. He's getting his hips closer to the fence. That way he can put his opponent down on the floor, whereas before, Soldic's hips were up against the fence. Nice move right there.
Yeah, slow moves, but smart moves. And even Soldic looking up against to see what the clock was, seeing how much time he had. Now, would you grab for a guillotine here? Maybe he'll use it to try and catch a sweep. Not sure if that's a finishing position. He may be able to sit up.
Well, tense moments. I don't think, I was going to say Kincl has defended that, but he has. Bit of escapology there. Now, Soldic doesn't like living here, so Kincl has an advantage. Christoph, what would you do? What's the champ got to do now to make this work?
It's getting his hips up against the fence. You can't have both hips down on the floor. So this is the key right here. Is either using this butterfly hook to push his opponent away and get back up, or use it to push away, get your hips to the fence, like he's doing right now, and then getting back up. See, there you go, right? Sit up on his right hip, work his way up to the fence. But Kincl is doing a great job of controlling the hips. Notice that where his hands are. His hands are right on the hips. He's using his shoulder pressure to keep his opponent down on the floor. Nice, really nice job.
Exactly. He just bumped forward a little bit, and by sliding forward with that point of control, if you will, being a little bit deeper in that chest-to-chest position, it's nullifying the shrimping ability of Soldic, which he was fighting for. These are all the semi-invisible at times positions in grappling, and they make all the difference.
If you notice with Kincl too, like look at his last 2 fights. He always loses the beginning of the round or the first round, and he always comes back. You know, I mean, he designs his game plan based on that, on what his opponent's doing, and he's doing a great job. This is exactly what happened. Lost the first round, he's coming back really strong in the second, and he's dominating the second round, and he's winning it for sure.
Absolutely, and a bit of crossface there, blocking the breathing of Soldic. Champion breathing quite heavily when he went down to the mat there, but working off his back now, he's expending a lot of energy. Clock's in favor of the champ. Down to the 10-second clapper in about 10 seconds now, and so not enough time for Kincl, but that's impressive, isn't it? That's evened things up immensely.
Yeah, this is the tiring part for Soldic, just being on the bottom, getting worn out by a strong opponent who knows what he's doing. It's a great, smart play for Kincl right now.
He's done a good job of deconstructing the base of Soldic, and really, I think, not only tiring him out, but putting together the moves to advance position. Now, my criticism would be that he didn't really do a lot with that position. There was no meaningful, impactful strikes, so I could still see Soldic maybe getting that round because he did land a couple of good body kicks and some other punches standing up, but interesting stuff. If nothing else, Kincl's proved he can get him down.
And his confidence right now from this round has grown immensely, just what he's able to do. You know, lose the first round, come back in the second, win that round. Really nice job. And you can see here, nice counter left hand by Soldic. Nice step through jab by Kincl. Here's that sweep attempt by Soldic. Guillotine choke attempt by Soldic. And a good control by Kincl at the end of the round. I have it 1-1. But you're right, Chris. It could go either way because Soldic did do a lot of good work in the beginning of that round. I just think the time on the bottom spent was about 2 minutes or so. Could lead to Kincl winning that round.
Round 3. And what's significant, I think, is Kincl has passed the first round mark, and in the second round, he took the champion to the ground. So there's some markers there that are of interest for Kincl's camp, and certainly as far as Soldic is concerned. I just get the feeling the champ doesn't care. He just wants to bang this guy out, you know. But if you're looking at it from a psychological point of view, good sprawl there from Soldic. Didn't want to go to the ground, and Kincl now causing this champion to think a lot about what he's doing here. But the champ doing what he does, and he's landed a shot there. Oh, he's delivered payload. Kincl was hurt by that, and Roberto Soldic won't let him up from this. He'll try and work the ground and pound as best he can.
Very smart. Soldic made the right adjustment, coming out, lowering the stance a little bit. He knew that Kincl, who having found a path earlier in that last round, was going to go back to work. Very smart.
And that, even though he was on the bottom for most of that second round, that power and that speed is still there in the third. Like nothing has happened over the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Soldic is a beast.
Absolutely. So, well, the champ needs to impose himself here on this fight, stamp his mark. You've got to hand it to Kincl. I said if there was anybody in this weight division that would cause a problem for Soldic, it is Kincl. You can't write him off yet. But, you know, my overriding comment on this is Soldic is Soldic. And Robocop, well, this is what he does. It's interesting because I think he's expanding his repertoire and quite enjoying the ground game, so long as he's on top.
But I think it's a rare blend of athletic and technical responses to what other guys do when they try to take you down that gets him here. He's so good at being able to read and sprawl, and here we go again, just like we saw in the first. He's going head and arm.
Well, now it's Kincl's turn to pay. Work off his back, he's past guard, and he's in mount. Now this could be, well, he's managed a little bit of escapology there, Kincl, but he's back now, and Soldic, with just under 3 minutes left in this round, fighting to keep that mount position And Kincl hanging on because he doesn't want the champ delivering ground and pound from there. Well, this is a position of peril, it really is for Kincl. And that's the let go. And this is where Soldic now starts to deliver. Referee looking. Soldic, both hands flying here now. Down go those hands like piston. What can Kincl do from here? The champ taking his time. Doesn't want to be upended here. Kincl looking to buck him from there.
He's got to work here, Will. It's not going to be enough to cover. Łukasz Brzezinski is seconds away from stopping this.
Well, the pounding comes in from the champ, both hands now. And that's it, it's all over. It's a TKO in the third round for Roberto Robocop Soldic. Kincl took too much punishment there. And that's all it took. That's all it took. You cannot stop a thunderstorm. And Roberto Soldic just threw everything there. Kincl didn't have an answer, and it almost looked as if it was a matter of time. But Soldic wants to talk to his corner, and up he goes. He's out of the cage. And, well, Soldic so importantly wanted to go and speak to Mamedkhalidov. Two of the greatest fighters KSW has produced. The legend that is Khalidov. I'm looking here at CEO Martin Lewandowski, the smile on his face.